Hi guys, my name is Olga Donchenko with parkbench.com, and I'm here with Laura Shu from Club Art Studio, located at 2657 Yonge Street. Hi Laura.
Hi.
Thanks for meeting with me.
Thanks for coming.
So tell me a little bit about your business. What made you decide to open up an art studio?
So growing up, my mom has always fostered a really welcoming environment for both my sister and I to really kind of get creative and do whatever we want. We've always come up with random ideas and, oh mom, we want to do this. She never says no. She goes, okay, go try it. Do it and let me know how it goes after. You know, even if it's something that she thinks she knows may not turn out the best, she has always given us a really safe environment for us to kind of explore and express our creativity really freely and really confidently, and I wanted to create a space like that for other kids.
Amazing. I understand it's kids and adult classes
Yes.
that you offer at the studio.
Yes.
That's quite nice because some of the studios specialize in one or the other. Do you have programs where kids and parents work together?
So we don't have regular classes where kids and parents can join together, except for the 1 to 2 year old ones. That one is with a caregiver, so it's 1 to 2 year old child with a caregiver, or once in a while we do family workshops. And so for like Mother's Day or Valentine's Day, we've done some workshops here and there. And we also do an art buffet on Fridays and Saturdays, which is open studio time. So it's not, there's no formal instructions, but we kind of have all the materials laid out like a buffet style, and you can go and make whatever you want, and
And that's for all ages.
and that's for all ages.
Wow, that's exciting. Very original idea. So what was it like when you first opened the studio, when you just started?
It was a lot of fun, but also really scary at the same time. You know, I am very, very lucky that this place is truly a labor of love of all of our friends and family. For example, the contractor that did the renovations for our entire space was a family friend of ours. The furnitures, they were all assembled by my sister and her friends. We also have some art benches upstairs that are used for drawing and sketching classes, and those my best friend built with her friend as well. And so it's...
Well, it definitely is an amazing space. As soon as you walk in, I think it transcribes. The space makes you feel loved.
Thank you, I hope so.
And I looked, sorry if I'm, I also looked at your Instagram and Facebook pages and the reviews and the photographs and the little videos of the kids, especially those are just amazing. They're
so
lovely.
cute.
They are.
Yeah.
But it shows you how much fun they're having in your space.
Yeah.
So I understand you're quite new to the
Yes.
neighborhood, but what made you choose to be in this neighborhood?
Couple of reasons. I mean, we've my family and I, we've always kind of spent our weekends here along the strip of Yonge Street, like shopping or having like afternoon teas and things like that. And we recognize that there's a huge community of families here, and we just see that there is a lack of this type of studio in this space. When I was growing up in Hong Kong, I went to an art studio there after school, and that was my happy place. And I wanted to create that space here for the community.
And I'm sure there's a lot of happy kids coming, walking out of this place. Yeah.
Usually the problem that we have is getting the kids to leave. The parents are always like, we have to go.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a very
good
good
sign. Yeah. Talking about the neighborhood, and you were saying some restaurants. Do you have any favorite spots?
Well, we had our when we first opened, we had our first team dinner at Tio's Mexican place, and I also run next door to Milk Cow a lot for their ice cream and their egg waffles and their coffee.
Yeah, that's delicious.
And then we also have a lot of support from our local community and our the stores around here. So like Second Cup across the street and A Kind Heart, they always, you know, give us their cardboard boxes, and we turn them into things like the Ferris wheel or like a carousel. And, so.
Do you show them afterwards what it turned into?
So for A Kind Heart, usually I post it on Instagram and then I'll tag them. That way they get the credit as well. For Second Cup, I usually text the owner and go, look, this is what your recycling turned into.
It has a second life, which is amazing, right?
Exactly. And you know, kids get so excited when they realize, oh wow, I can turn a cardboard into a spinning Ferris wheel. They're like, what is this?
That's amazing. Yes. That definitely pushes them to explore their creativity for sure. So what would be your most memorable experience with a student?
It's hard to choose just one.
Oh, you can tell me more.
There's a couple. I mean, it's one thing that I didn't really expect is how fulfilling it is when you get to be part of the kids' growth. And so we have toddlers that started with us from their really like little to, I mean, we're only a year old, but you know, as they're
a year in their age,
their age is huge in terms of their development. And so teaching them how to use scissors and watching them how they can just go at it, it's I remember there was one boy that I taught, and I taught him how to hold the scissors for the first time, and he got it right away, and I was in shock. And at first it was just like a 10-minute practice exercise to teach him his fine motor skills, but he got so into it that he kept asking me, oh, can I cut this? Can I cut that? And I said, you know what, whatever you see here that you want to cut, go for it. And it was really amazing because there were materials that I didn't think he would be able to cut, but he did it. And then the next lesson, I taught him how to cut things that were bigger, where he had to do like 2 or 3 strokes, and he did it.
Amazing.
And then there was one class that I taught him and another girl, and they're both toddlers. They're like 3 and 4 years old. And we were learning about Jackson Pollock. I do not expect them to remember his name. And the following class, his mom came back and said, you know what, I took him to get his flu shot yesterday, and there were some paintings on the wall. And so I asked him, is that Jackson Pollock's? And he says, no, because that's not his style.
Wow.
And then he was able to describe the artist's style to his mom. And I was like, whoa, I didn't know that this 4-year-old could absorb so much into his brain.
It's fascinating.
And then we've also had quite a few students that have difficulties in school, and you know, they struggle in school, and but when they come here, they are able to, because we don't restrict them. I mean, obviously there are certain ground rules, but as long as those ground rules are met, like, we don't restrict them on what they want to make. And it's amazing what they come up with sometimes. I'm always in awe.
I can actually relate to you on that one. Well, having 2 kids of my own, actually, you know, giving them the freedom to create, that's I think is the number one thing. And you get surprised at the creativity that comes out of these kids.
Exactly.
Because we do in everyday life have a lot of rules that we have to operate by. Definitely, it's great that you've created a space where they can just explore and they can build their creativity and their independence and their confidence. It's amazing.
And they're so proud of their artwork afterwards. You know, seeing that sense of ownership in them.
Definitely. So what's is there anything exciting happening for the studio?
So I mean, we just had our 1-year anniversary, which was great.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We had that like life-size birthday cake up in the front.
Oh yes.
Where all the kids came during our open house and decorated it together. And then for December we have some short workshops to get into the festivities and things like that. And then our new semester starts in January.
So do you have some December break camps or workshops available?
Yes. So from December 1st to 19th, we're running 2 to 3 week workshops for all ages. And then December 27th to January 4th, I think those days are where the parents have to go back to work, but the kids are
still
off. So we have a couple of day camps running as well.
That's exciting. Well, thanks for meeting with me.
Thank
It was a
you.
pleasure speaking with you. And now I have a new place on my agenda to bring my kids. Thanks, Laura.